Tov, Tavoch. They say that even though it is a tradition to tell a story, minhag to tell a story of the Baal Shem Tov on Motzaei Shabbos and Motzaei Shabbat, it doesn't have to be necessarily Baal Shem Tov, and it doesn't necessarily has to be on Motzaei Shabbat. So how it is a minhag? Well, we'll keep the minhag. We'll go a little bit around this time. Tell two stories, one before the Baal Shem Tov was born, and one after he passed away. A year before and a year after. The father of the Baal Shem Tov, Rabbi Eliezer, was a tzaddik, but he did not make big waves about it. In those days they had the tzaddikim nistarim, the hidden tzaddikim. In truth, in every generation we have tzaddikim nistarim, but specifically, he did have lots of guests, and often he would welcome guests in his house. He would recognize people who were poor, in need, and he would give them a tzedakah. But he would bring them and have a full meal and enjoy themselves. And the point was that even though they came for the money, people who came, asking for tzedakah, they would go happy, having a meal, having a full stomach, and, welcomed by the hospitality. A certain time, a man came, and it was already Shabbos. So Rabbi Eliezer did not give this man a tzedakah, money. He would not hand the money on Shabbat, but welcomed him in his house. And the behavior of this man was a little strange. He seemed to be carrying stuff that he brought from the outside in Shabbat, and in those days, in that town of Okup, where almost no Jews, there was no Eruv or anything like that, you wouldn't carry outside. And a bunch of things that this man did were the type of things you would probably call somebody's attention for, and yet Rabbi Eliezer didn't say anything, smile and welcome him, have a stable, kiddush, eat. When he was about to leave, Motzaei Shabbos, this man turned to Rabbi Eliezer and told him, I know everything I did. I know what I've done. And you have answered with a smile. And you have done the mitzvah of Echnasas Orchim without embarrassing me. I am not a guest. I am Eliyahu Hanavi, the prophet Elijah, Eliyahu Hanavi. And I have come to give you a bracha because you have passed the test. You will have a son, and his name will be Israel. And your son's mitzvah will be to awaken the hearts of all the Jews. The Rebbe explained that the name Israel, just like Am Israel, just like the people, the Jewish people are called Israel, is because when somebody faints, somebody loses consciousness, you call them by their name to try to get to them, to wake them up. And so the name of the Baal Shem Tov, Rav Israel, was to awaken the Jewish people and to understand the essence of the soul. The Baal Shem Tov had a son and a daughter, and the son was called Tzvi, and the daughter was called Odel, or Udel, depends who you ask. And Rav Tzvi, when the Baal Shem Tov passed away, wore a shtreimel and a bekish and a long kaftan, and became the Rebbe in Mesibuch after his father passed away. A year later, the Baal Shem Tov appeared to him in a dream. Okay, I'm being a little tricky. This is a Baal Shem Tov story through the dream of the Baal Shem Tov, and told him that the heavenly court, the Palmaya Shel Maila, has determined that Reb Dovber was going to be the next Rebbe, was going to take the leadership of Hasidus, of the teachings of the Baal Shem Tov, rather than his own son. The very next day, Reb Tzvi, as soon as he saw Reb Dover, gave him the shtreimel he was wearing and the bekishe, and told him what he saw in his dream, and told him, now you are the Rebbe. Reb Dover had come from Mezrich, and he went back to Mezrich to become the Maggid of the town, the teller, the preacher of the Jewish preacher of the town, Maggid. The Mezricher Maggid is the second in command, the one who continues after the Baal Shem Tov, the line of Hasidus. And so Reb Tzvi was humble and recognized his father's will, and right away gave up the title of Rebbe in Mezrich, even though the grandson of the Baal Shem Tov, Reb Baruch, would become the Rebbe of Mezrich. Reb Tzvi was humble and never seek for any special honors, kavod, title. Let the title, the tradition, the line of his father can be continued by the best of his students, and he continued a humble life, living in his father's way in Mezrich. So is the story of the continuation, the before and after of the Baal Shem Tov. About dreams, this Shabbos we had the parsha of Pinchas, and it is said that whomever had a dream of Pinchas, a big pele, a big miracle, a big wonder will happen in his life. Pinchas is Eliyahu Hanavi, and Eliyahu Hanavi is the one who revealed to Rabbi Eliezer that he was going to have the son, the Baal Shem Tov. May we all enjoy wonders and miracles in our lives, miracles and wonders, and indeed enjoy the blessings and the good guidance and the smile and the simcha and the humbleness and the ways that the Baal Shem Tov taught us, that are the secret to revealing Mashiach, as the Baal Shem Tov himself asked Mashiach, when will you come? When your ma'ayanos, when your wellsprings come forward, when we learn the teachings of the Baal Shem Tov. Gutavoch, Shavua Tov.